That one's hard to shoot. That one. Let's take a look at some of the cheeses here. Oh, this could get me in trouble.
Whether when you take it in, like I'll do more like we'll read papers or whatever, and just one thing to be like, all right, there's a big positive. Yeah, even just to have anything because like it was a rural, he was like somewhere rural. So he took a power drill and saved the kid's life. But like
out of the janitor closet.
yeah, like seriously, like just like randomly, but because of that, the kid's alive. So freaky, but hopeful. Right.
Also wild because they already had all this footage of him sitting with his family in a park, like with having his head shaved and like a big fan.
I can't do anything with this. Why am I here?
Do you only work with each other, or do you work with a lot of people and you work with
We both work with a lot of people. Yeah.
which we felt very fortunate and lucky to have. Then I go to a hippie school and I start getting into granola and the consciousness of healthy eating, which was happening in the 1970s. And this is a picture of me, of my failed attempt to become a vegetarian.
How long did that last?
About an hour.
Really, that's it? That's
No, it didn't. No, it did actually last for the better part of a year, and I did get into it. But in the end, I had to come out and admit that I do love meat.
This is my favorite tile here.
And that is very true. And no sooner did that happen that I found out that my body produces very high levels of cholesterol.
You know he just got you
Rockin'!
Right? Yeah. We have you jumping.
Well, we're going to have you do a few moves later, too.
They're used to it with me. All right, so first of all, why did you decide to start Applegate Farms?
Well, the interest that I have now to change the way Americans eat meat is not what I initially thought we were going to end up doing. What I wanted to do at the beginning was try to work in the meat industry but produce healthier products than the ones that were on the market.
What's wrong with the way
Taste,
people
truth,
eat now?
and trust.
Well, a lot of the
Applegate
meat in
believes in
America is
transparency.
produced really cheaply and unsustainably and inhumanely. And so if we could produce it more in a sustainable way, more space, more barns, more air, less antibiotics, less hormones. There's a movie coming out in June called Food Inc., which is Eric Schlosser's and Michael Pollan's new movie, and it talks about the industrialization of the food supply, and they do focus on meat, and you see these shots of just thousands and thousands and thousands of cattle at these feedlots, all getting merged into, you know, a big, huge hamburger, and there's no traceability, there's no understanding of how it was processed or where it came from. What we get to do in our structure is actually track every single animal from every farm all the way through to the finished product. So we're working on now where you have a UPC code on the product. That's what we're gonna make that traceable so a consumer could either type that number in or scan it.
So how do you balance out the cost with doing things right?
Well, it is more, you're definitely right, it's more expensive. It's probably
Applegate
20 or
sources its
30%
product
more to
from
do
about
it in a
300
sustainable way.
small farms
And what you need
that
are
cultivate
customers
their
who are
animals
interested in better
organically.
tasting product. I mean, if it's going to cost more, it better taste better. And once they understand the benefits of no nitrates or a shorter ingredient statement, if the animals are treated humanely, they will pay. The idea is to get them to eat a little bit less meat, but eat better meat at the same time. If they were trying to produce for a large company, they would be too inefficient and they wouldn't even be in business anymore. Our farms can work for us 100% of the time, and so we feel like we're creating lots of jobs that really have gone away for the last 20 years. And the work that these farmers do, that's the real story, because they are dedicated, very smart, very serious and committed to managing their farms responsibly, because it's not easy to say you're never going to use medication and you're only going to use vegetarian feed and you're not going to accelerate their growth rates. I mean, that's a tough challenge, but they're up to it.
Not just their meat that's different.
And we
so
increased our benefits
office,
package in the last
from the
year.
massive kitchen
And now we're
that
starting to
replaced
hire
the
more
lobby
professional
to the
managers
meditation room.
to kind of help us
Stephen
sort out how to
believes
run a
in
larger
working
business.
outside the box.
The people who've been here for a long time are excited because they get some experience from the outside, and the outside people are excited to work in something small and authentic.
Felt like we needed a ding. That
That's good. Occasionally. It's still difficult to get people in here, but I keep it because I really believe in this. And it gets people, when you sit this way, this is how most
Decision Applegate is committed to is teaching kids the value of healthy eating by adopting 7 kindergarten classrooms like this one and taking them to area farms to answer a basic question. Where does food come from?
A tree, trees grow in there? All right, one more, Jeremy. You had apples too? And? You had a Capri Sun? Jeremy had chicken. Chicken doesn't grow in the dirt, right?
But I think a lot of kids are like, food just ends up here. I don't know really where it comes from, right?
Right, and it
Applegate's
connects
simple
kids to the
recipe
source
for
of
good
food. That's
business,
absolutely
better
right.
products,
And
and happy
it
customers.
introduces them to the
Stephanie
people who
Elam,
are growing food in
CNN,
their community.
Bridgewater,
because
New
it's
Jersey.
not